Good morning. It is still morning. Although, currently, unless I sit like this, I look like I just crawled out of, like, a pit. Because I'm remarkably tired. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's, like, the fact that I wake up and then go back to sleep for, like, an hour or 3. That could have an effect. And yes, my hair is a mess. We'll just deal with this. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Procrastinating time. Although I'm not, well, I am still procrastinating because I have ironing, wrapping, dishes. I could do with doing dishes because they're everywhere and it kind of seems unfair to, I'm pretty sure the wife has done the dishes for like the last 7 times that the dishes are needed doing. Oops. But yes, this is, I will also show you the fact that since my last video, I've done like 3/4 of a hat. Maybe. I started using sort of the kind of raspberry, although it claims to be cranberry. It's like, this is kind of raspberry yarn that I had to make a hat. And this is currently how far I have. There's like about 21, 22 rows of just front post, treble/double crochet, depending on what terminology you're using, because mostly the pattern the YouTube video that I'm sort of using the pattern for was one called by Simply Hooked Crochet, which her videos are adorable and she's awesome, but she's not like made any videos like hardly for like the last year. Although she did do like a massive like beginners like crochet 101 thing like last month, which I did sit and watch all of it. I kind of sort of keep putting her videos on and then just crocheting and sort of just having them in the background because like they're really long and it means something. I've got something to listen to, not crocheting in silence. So yeah, though I kind of had to sort of adjust her pattern because I think my yarn's smaller than what she was using, and basically, and also my head is different size. So I kind of had to like up the number of stitches to like 70, and since she only did 20 rows and it was big enough, it's not quite big enough yet. It probably needs to go about 30 maybe, and then I'll at some point. See, so tired. At some point, I will go through and like, I don't know whether I'll just like, if I start like trying to do like decrease rows maybe, or just scrunch the hell out of it when it gets to like the end, and then I start like weaving it together. That's it up. Though before I do that, I need to actually get a yarn needle because I don't have one. That'll make things difficult because I can't do it otherwise. But yeah, I've kind of, over like the last week or so, whenever it is since I last did my procrastinating video, because I've not had as many days as work as because I actually had Sunday off. I didn't actually work Sunday. That was like the first Sunday I've not worked, which is really strange. And it's just work off, because I'm in tomorrow 9 till 3, so that's gonna be fun. We're going to, I think it's going to be sort of a whole kind of sort of bingo session of what book can we sort of foist onto the last minute shoppers the most of, and it's like, oh, you've left it till Christmas Eve. Well done, you're going to have the miniaturist. Not that it's just a last minute foisting book, but it is also an excellent book. That because you are so late, you're going to have to give it to somebody because it's your only way you can apologise for being so shit and getting your presents so late. Or that you've had like, I don't know, work forever and you can't get into the store, but that's marginally forgivable. But yes, that's going to be interesting. Or it's just going to be mad and just people running and going, I need this! It's like, it's Christmas Eve. Where the fuck do you think we're going to get that? Although I did spend yesterday, like the 6 hours I was at work, having a lot of people come and go, have you got this book? And I'm going, yes. Well, yes we do. And just going and finding it. Like about 7 out of 10 of the things that I got asked about, I found. One of which that the lady didn't even expect as to have. We had a copy and I found it. And it's like, I feel good today. It's like, yes. Happy people going out the door because I found them books. This is why I want to work in bookshops. Because just having somebody saying to you, you've been fantastic, you're a star, is like just the kind of thing that's like, thank you. That is what I want. I want to actually do something that actually is acknowledged to be of use and of value to that person. Because that's sort of something that I just never kind of got from working as a TA. It's just like, you've just put up with 30 kids being snide little arses and like ridiculing your shoes or like I don't know, just the fact that you've asked them to do something, and then you go out the classroom going, fuck, I need a cup of tea. That's just not the kind of, you just go out feeling and go, why the fuck do I bother? But then to have a sort of day at a bookshop, which is admittedly busy as hell and you're on your feet all day and you're running around like a crazy person, but then you're getting somebody kind of going, thank you so much for finding that, that's really helpful, thank you. That's kind of why I'd want to stay, because you actually get kind of gratitude from most people. There are the odd really mardy sods, but like majority of people are so thankful that you've managed to help them find something for somebody else, and or just find a book that they didn't think they would be able to find, or like order a book that they didn't think they'd be able to find otherwise. And it's like, it's kind of like a magic service. It's kind of just like, it is sort of a kind of magic, going, you came in hardly knowing what you wanted, and we have been able to sort of produce what you didn't know you wanted. And that's just kind of awesome. And that's why booksellers are wizards. So they don't tell you, they are all secretly wizards. That's the additional sort of Hogwarts graduate career path. Booksellers. Yeah. So it's Christmas Eve tomorrow. That's really weird. I don't understand what's going on with that. I do not wish to acknowledge that. I just don't feel terribly Christmassy at all. I don't think I've felt really Christmassy for quite a few years. We actually have a Christmas tree though. Saying that, we do have a Christmas tree, mostly because my boyfriend's brother bought one, and it's like, I would not have actually expended the effort to go and buy one. So we have a Christmas tree. It is rather sparsely decorated, because obviously we have not had, like, I don't know, 20 years of Christmases to gather decorations for. So that might be a tradition now, that kind of every year we have to buy some new decorations for it. Because, and also the lights, bizarrely thought, oh yeah, it's gonna be like 16 feet, it's gonna, like, we could get them around the archway. It's like, half of that length is wire of just getting from the plug to the tree, and then it just sort of goes around a bit. Although, for how well all the tree lights are applied, I'm not sure. Because I was not in for the putting up ceremony. I came home from work and there was like, the tree. I was like, ooh, tree. So that's a thing. And it's got some presents under it, because like at some point later, after I've done this and started wrapping all of my presents, all of the various hundreds of presents I've got to wrap, some will be getting left here, and some will be coming with to the parents, which is going to be fun in a way. Although I've got to come after like Christmas Day, and then I've got to come back on Boxing Day sort of evening, because I have work at like 9 o'clock. No, it's 11 o'clock actually. 11 o'clock on the 27th. So that's, I have 6 hours of work on the Saturday. I've had the Saturday before Christmas, and I'm going to have the Saturday after Christmas, and it's going to be very interesting to see how many books come back, because like, oh yeah, somebody already bought me this, I already have this, and it just becomes a kind of, this is why buying books for people is so dangerous if you don't actually have a full knowledge of the person's library, or what other people, because it's like, it's like all your family and friends just should conspire around you to kind of actually, okay, what books does he, she, they want, and who's going to get what. Or to avoid that situation, you do like I did and just basically buy all the books you want and then give them to everybody else and say, give them back to me. So it's going to be a lot of, although depending on how obviously stupid I am, it's going to depend on how much I've forgotten which books I actually bought. And I'd be like, shit, I bought this? Cool. Don't remember. Because I know it's a real mix of, like, there's sort of, like, about 4 YA titles. There's some Giovanna Fletcher in there, because I can't not. There's the other Barry McFarlane book. And there's also then a very sort of intriguing selection of non-fiction that includes Malala's book, the bookshop book, the sort of enigma book about Alan Turing with the Benedict Cumberbatch cover, and then there's also the sort of the little tiny essay book by the lady whose name I can't pronounce, it, Chimamanda something, Adichie. Is she? I think it might be the same author who wrote Americana and Half of a Yellow Sun, but I could be making that up. It could be a very similar name, but there's sort of her kind of, I think it's like the written thing of her TED talk, we should all be feminists, so I have that. And at some point, I do also have, like, obviously Everyday Sexism that I shall be reading at some point in from the new year. I think the new year needs to be a whole different shenanigans with reading, and like not rereading as much. Basically, trying to finish off like the series that I've had loitering around for ages, where the last book has come out recently, and I've only read like the first one because I didn't want to have to wait so long. So I'm gonna have to like marathon a load of series. But then there's also so many other books that I've not read and that I've had on my library thing for like several years. And there's books like The Book Thief, which I've had since like 2009 odd, that I've not read, and I don't know what I'm playing at. So it might have to be kind of like books you've had around for ages, and then sort of like book adaptations, because obviously there's a film for that as well, which I've not seen, and I've not heard it like get trashed. So it might be that it's not too bad. I don't know. So we'll have to see. But yes, there needs to be more non-fiction and less rereading next year. Although this year is going to be the least amount of books that I've read in any of the years that I've actually been like counting. Although it might now kind of start to might have got it closer towards like the 2009, but I did only stop recording my reading from like March 2009, so I did probably read more in 2009 than what I sort of kept record of. But it's still like I think it's still currently under 120, which for me is like nothing. I've done 210 in 1 year, but that was 2010, so I've not done anything near that since. And obviously with writing a novel, it's kind of taken a lot of time. And I mean, I still haven't finished everything for that first draft, so that's going to have to be the project of part of the new year. In addition to actually not failing my not my YouTube modules, my OU modules, that's going to have to be a task. Let's not completely fail all that, because that'd be stupid of me to fuck it up on like TMA 2 or like sort of 3 or 4, because I've got my French sort of, I have to do a movie review kind of thing for one of my French ones, which is going to be I might actually be quite interested in that one, and so that's like due sometime like mid-February, so I've got to do that. And then I've got poetry creative writing thing for sometime in, I think that's early March maybe, I can't remember. But then I've got life writing, and that's going to be interesting, because it might require me to actually remember some of my own life, and I don't remember lots of it. At some point I'm going to have to finish. I'm not too far from the end of this row, although this is going to probably make the video a bit long. it is already very long, and you're very tolerant people, thank you for actually putting up with me just chatting shit at you. Although I am kind of really sort of quite proud of the fact that I've got this far with this hat and not had some monumental cock up, and I've not run out of yarn yet, although I may go and buy another ball just in case that I get to the, like, I don't want to run out of yarn just before I've got to like the number of rows that I think I need, because that would be awful. Because this was like 100-gram ball of yarn. It doesn't tell me how, like, yards, which is really annoying because a lot of the tutorials that I watch are all like, here you need like 300, at least 300 yards of yarn. It's like, I don't know what that is. I can't convert that. But it's like, yeah, I'm not going to end up doing any crochet tutorials. Don't worry, it's not going to turn into a crochet channel. It really isn't. It's just going to be like, there's going to be the odd little knitting corner, and then it's interspersed with the bookish stuff. Because I can't decide what my channel is. My channel's just a fucking mess. Everything's a mess. Your life is a mess. No, it's not. So it's just, oh my god, we're into like 16 minutes now. Whoopsies. I hope YouTube will actually let me upload this. That'll be an interesting thing, because I've been on here long enough to make videos that long, so who knows? Who knows? Because I don't know how to split this damn thing. Nearly there, I think. So, are you looking forward to Christmas? Because I just it's gonna be an interesting Christmas for reasons that are not the fun reasons. There's going to be sort of a shadow, really, over things that it's going to be weird, because we're kind of going to be like, we don't want to acknowledge the fact that it's there, but at the same time it's kind of like it's going to be in the back of everyone's minds, and I don't know what I will do about that. And it's going to be sort of like, yeah, let's not try like crying on Christmas Day. Yeah. Let's not. I've now made everything all sad and dark, and it should hopefully be as fun as we can make it without overdoing it. I'm so nearly finished. 18 minutes. Oh Jesus Christ! I'm sorry. This is kind of providing a good sort of time indicator of how long it takes me to crochet a row on this. It's like about roughly like 20 minutes. That actually kind of gives me a rough time mark. Although I'm pretty sure I've been crocheting a bit slower because I'm busy looking at you people and talking. God, you're slowing me down. No, that's fine. At some point I have to actually go back to knitting once I've got some, I need some slightly different knitting needles, but since my mother has like billions, there's no point me buying them. It's really no point. Right, okay, so I'm now at the end of the row, and because of the pattern that I'm using, it says to slip stitch into the top of the first front post treble crochet and then chain one, and there we go. That is like, I don't know what row it is. It's probably about 22, 23 of my hat, and at some point soon I shall be able to like start like gathering it all together, so it's all hat shaped and stuff. But yes, thank you for joining me with procrastinating. It could be one of those things where it just turns like, yeah, if you just fancy crocheting for like 20 minutes and you just want some slightly strange person just whittering at you in a not quite soothing voice, but something to listen to. Who knows? But yes, I shall see you soon. It'll probably be like post-Christmas now, maybe, and at some point there'll be like the whole kind of Christmas book. Oh dear, what yawn. Very sleep. Bye.